All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 5 Minutes of Math. This is Mr. Lunsford, and I am very glad that you all are here. All right, let's get started with number 28. This is for the evening of Wednesday, December 6th, 2017. So we're starting off with a problem that asks us to build an equation. And one of the phrases is a total of 2675. Well, we're going to do 2675 equals. That's still our total, but we're going to put it on the left-hand side this time. Now, we have 5 drinks and 3 sandwiches. So 5 drinks, we're just going to call 5D. And 3 sandwiches, we're going to call 3S, S for sandwiches. So in this case, we have 2 variables here, or do we? So we have 2675 equals 3 times S plus 5 times D. But now, let's break the D part down. Each drink costs $2.50 less than the sandwich. So D is the same as the sandwich cost, S minus $2.50. So like we just did there, 2675 equals 3S plus 5 times the quantity, S minus 2.5, or S minus 250. So our final equation, $26.75 equals 3 times S plus 5 times S minus 2.5, or D. All right, moving on to our next one. This time, we have to derive an equation from a couple of shapes. So we have a triangle. Triangles have 3 sides. We have 5x as our hypotenuse, x plus 6 is one of our legs, and 3x plus 3 as the other leg. Now, some of y'all might be thinking to yourself, is this Pythagorean theorem? Not yet. But you will see that later on in algebra and even in algebra 2. But for right now, all we're doing is adding up those sides. So 5x plus 3x is going to give you 9x, and 6 plus 3 is going to give you 9. So here's our first total from adding up all 3 of those sides, 9x plus 9. Now, we set that equal to the perimeter from our other shape. So here is a square. And we know it's a square because of these hash marks. All right, see those hash marks? That means every single side is the same length. So the bottom length is labeled x plus 6. Well, we don't have to wonder because all 4 sides are x plus 6. So we just add them up, x plus 6 plus x plus 6. And we just keep going right on around the square, plus another x plus 6. Plus another x plus 6. Now, could you apply the distributive property to this one? Of course. I didn't write this one down, but you could have written down 4 times the quantity x plus 6, and you would have gotten the same answer. So you add up your x's, and that's 4x. And you add up your 6's. 6 times 4 is 24. So you're going to end up with 4x plus 24 as the perimeter for our square. Now, we set these two equal to each other after a little rearrangement of our shapes and numbers here, and that's our equation. Now we have to solve it. So the goal here is to get the variable by itself. So we have 9x plus 9 equals 4x plus 24, and by now this should look familiar. I'm still going to identify our constant terms, which are positive 9 and positive 24. And I'm also going to identify our variable terms, which are 9x and 4x. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is subtract 9 from both sides. And now you'll see here that I said that all the constants are on the left. Well, that's a mistake. The 15 is obviously on the right-hand side of this equation. So pretend that left right there says right. Yes, I make mistakes too. I am human. So going on to the next part, we have 9x minus 4x equals 4x minus 4x plus 15. What are we doing? We're subtracting 4x from both sides. And here, all the variables, okay, so I got that one reversed. All the variables are on the left, not on the right. If you look at that, you can see it's on the left-hand side. So here we have 5x divided by 5 equals 15 divided by 5. So the point of doing all that is to make sure all your variables are on one end and all your constants are on the other. You divide 15 by 5, you get 3. The answer is G. All right, so moving on. This is number 30, and it should look pretty familiar. All right, we are going to reference the third problem in the homework from Friday, December 1st. And I'm going to add a link at the bottom of the screen. You should see it. There it is. And Here are our two options. We're comparing two different rates. So $35 a day plus 40 cents per mile. And our second option is $20 a day plus 55 cents per mile. So we set our two equations equal to each other. 35 plus 0.4 m equals 20 plus 0.55 m. We set them equal to each other. First thing we're going to do is subtract 20 from both sides. And what that's going to do is put all of our variables on the left-hand side. All right, we subtracted 20 from both sides. And that gives us 15 plus 0.4 m equals 0.55 m. What do we do next? Well, let's put our variable on the opposite side from that 15 that we get. So we subtract 0.4 from both sides. 15 equals 0.15 m. Okay. The last thing we do is divide by 0.15, and it turns out our answer is 100. All right, so thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you all again in 24 hours. Have a great night.